Hi, and welcome to the session on reading chant notation. Before we start, here are some basics to help you understand how to read chant notation. Chant is written on a 4-line staff as opposed to modern notation, which is written on 5-line staff. Every note is called a punctum. Punctum. Wherever the clef is, all the notes that are on this line are do. On this line are do, and on this line are do. Same for this position of the do clef. So the position of the do clef doesn't really change the pitch of the do. We can't say that this do is higher than this do. You can always pitch it as the same do. Do. All the notes for the fa clef are on that are fa are on this line, and all the notes that are on this line are fa for this fa clef. Fa, and the pitch for this fa clef can be the same as the pitch for this fa clef. Let's take a look at the notes to give you a better idea of how the do clef is like. This is a do clef, remember, and the clef are the same. So all the notes that are on this line are do. So this is how it goes. Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And if I were to sing the ascending notes, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, so on and so forth. The good thing about chant notation is you can pitch the do at any pitch, and the intervallic relationship would carry on from there, just as you have learned in solfege. So, let's just say somebody else's do is this. Do, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. And if somebody else's pitch for do is this. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re. All you need to know whenever you see the do clef is to know that all the notes on this line where the clef sits is the do. How about you try? First, know that this is still in the do clef, and you try to sing the scale coming down. And let's just say that your pitch for do is this. Do. Try it. Good. Did you get? Do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Now if do is on this line, if I were to come downwards, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, all the notes that are in this space will be mi. All the notes in this space will be fa. All the notes on this space will be sol. All the notes in this line will be la, and so on and so forth. So let's try and see you pitch your mi. Let's just say your mi is this. mi. Try it. Sing the scale upwards. Did you get? Mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi. Well done. Here's the fa clef. All the notes that are on this line will be fa, and all the notes in this space will be mi. All the notes in this on this line will be re. All the notes on this line will be do, and so on and so forth. So let's just say that your fa is fa. Let's sing it together. Fa, mi, re, do, ti, la, so, fa. And the ascending. Fa, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol. Just recognize that the clef here is different from the do clef. There's an additional punctum on the left side of this clef, and that's what differentiates the fa clef from the do clef. Here's another fa clef. Previously, you've seen that in the previous slide, the fa clef was here. So all the notes on this line will be fa. Now the clef has been shifted down to this line. So all the notes on this line are now fa. So essentially, for chant notation, where the clef is where the note will be. So when the clef is shifted down to this line, then we'll take all bearing for fa to be on this line. If the fa clef shifts again to this line, then we'll take bearing with that clef, and all the notes on this line will then be known as fa. It is not so important to ascertain the pitch for the notes that are on each of the fa lines for the fa clef. Same and likewise for the do on the do clef. What is more important is the relative pitches between the notes once you've decided where your fa or your do is. So in this case, the fa is now on the second line from the top. Let's just pitch the fa. Let us try singing the fa descending. Fa, mi, re, do, ti, la. You can try it going up as well, ascending. Just know, if my fa is on this line, my mi will be in this space. My re will be on this line, my do in this space, my ti on this line, and my la is on this space. So all the notes that are written in this space will be my la. Let's try it together. La, ti, do, re, mi, fa. Let's take this song. Do, a deer, a female deer. This is the do clef. So all the notes that are on this line are do. You will see half a punctum at the end of the system. This is known as the custos. It is not sung, and so therefore there is no text below this note. It is a hint for the next note that is coming in the next line. So you know, after singing dear, the next note that comes on the next line is going to be a half step lower. So in this case, it is here. So let us see. If this is the do clef, means that all the notes on this line will be do. If this is do, This is re. If this is re, this is mi. So in the first line, do, re, mi, do, mi, do, mi. And now I add in the text. Do, dia, mi, miu, dia. So if all the notes on this line are do, let's look at the next line. It starts with re. If this is re, this is mi. If this is mi, this is fa. And this is how this line goes. Re, mi, fa, mi, re, fa. Ray, a drop of golden sun. And the song carries on. This is do. Re, mi, fa, sol. Now I'm going to share with you some other things that are written in chant notation to show the length of the notes. Now that we know that all the notes on this line are do, all the notes on this space are re, all the notes on this line are mi, how do I know how long do I hold the notes for? If I put a dot next to a punctum, it is known as a punctum mora. You can sustain this note for a little longer. If I were to put two notes together, I can sing the value of both notes, and so the sound is prolonged for a little while. If you see a line on top of the notes, it is known as an epistema. You also elongate the note slightly. So this is how it sounds. Do, dia, female dear, re, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, far a long, long way to run. So do you see that I've dragged on the note value for those notes that have the punctum mora, or if the notes are repeated beside each other, or if there is the epistema. Next, these are bar lines that you will see in chant notation. You will see a half bar line, a full bar line, a quarter bar line. You can take breaths at all these bar lines. However, if you don't need to take a breath here, then you are discouraged from doing so. So this is how it sounds. Do, a deer, a female deer, re, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, far a long, long way to run.